Before diving into this incredible story, remember to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Here, every story has something to say, and you won't want to miss a single one. Los Angeles, early afternoon. The sun beat down on the narrow streets of a modest neighborhood where dust seemed to dance in the air. In a small, dilapidated garage, amidst worn engines and scattered tools, 13-year-old Lily Parker was working on an old car. Her fingers were black with grease, her hands small but surprisingly precise. Since her father's disappearance, she had lived alone with her ailing mother and repaired cars to pay for medicine and food. Each engine she got running again represented a victory over poverty and adversity. Suddenly, a metallic roar echoed through the street. A gleaming red 1967 Mustang, as bright as a jewel, screeched to a halt in front of the garage. The door opened and a towering man stepped out. Derek Sullivan, in his 40s, a millionaire and owner of several luxury car dealerships, had the cold, precise gaze of a man accustomed to having everything obey him. His perfectly tailored suit contrasted sharply with the unassuming nature of the garage, and his eyes scrutinized every detail with an almost intimidating intensity. "This is my Mustang. I want it working now," he said in an authoritative voice. Lily looked up, intimidated by this self-assured man. But beneath her nervousness, she sensed a glimmer of defiance. She had spent her life repairing what no one else dared touch. Without a word, she approached the car, lifted the hood, and examined the engine with rare concentration. Derek, arms crossed, watched her movements skeptically. Hours passed. Lily moved each part with precision, listened to every click, adjusted every bolt. Derek, initially impatient, began to feel a surprising, silent admiration. Then, finally, the engine roared, vibrant with life. The Mustang was back to perfect. Derek breathed a sigh of surprise. That's when his eyes fell on Lily's hand. A delicate, antique ring, adorned with an engraving instantly recognizable, glittered on her finger. Derek felt his heart stop. That ring, it was Sophia's, his fiancée lost years ago, whom he had thought gone forever. How had it ended up in the hands of this unknown girl? The silence that followed was heavy with questions. Derek, usually in complete control, felt for the first time that there was something beyond his control. Fate had just placed Lily in his path, between a roaring engine and a mysterious ring. And in his eyes already shone the promise that this encounter would change their lives forever. The Mustang's engine purred perfectly. Derek Sullivan crouched near the hood, inspecting every detail. Lily, her hands still covered in grease, handed him a rag, as if to say, "There, it's fixed." "You know, it's not common to see a girl your age know how to handle an engine like that," said Derek, a mixture of surprise and admiration in his voice. Lily shrugged shyly. "I have no choice, my mother is sick, and I have to take care of us. I'm a quick learner." Derek sensed a touch of respect, but his attention was still drawn to the ring on her finger. He leaned forward slightly, trying not to appear too curious. "This ring, where did you get it?" he asked, his voice almost low, trembling with emotion. Lily instinctively withdrew her hand, surprised. "Oh, it's an old ring my mother gave me. She says it belonged to someone important." Derek felt a shiver run down his spine. Memories of Sophia, his missing fiancée, flashed back. He remembered every detail of that ring, the engraving, the color of the gold, the small diamond in the center. It was exactly the same. "Your mother, how did she get that?" he asked, trying to remain calm but unable to hide his curiosity. Lily lowered her eyes, embarrassed. I don't really know. She never talks about her past. She just says that I must always protect what is precious." Derek remained silent for a moment, thinking. Fate seemed to be sending him a message he couldn't ignore. He decided then not to let this encounter fade away. "Listen, Lily. I think this meeting isn't a coincidence. I'd like to understand how this ring ended up in your hands. Perhaps you could come with me tomorrow? We'll talk about it calmly." Lily hesitated. Derek's world was so different from hers: luxury, power, wealth. But something in his eyes inspired confidence, a warmth she had almost never seen in her life. "Okay. I'll come," she murmured. As she closed the hood of the Mustang, Derek felt his life, until then perfectly controlled, suddenly shift. A little girl and an antique ring had just reopened a chapter of the past he thought was lost forever. The next morning, Lily arrived at the headquarters of Sullivan Motors, one of the largest automotive complexes in Los Angeles. The contrast was striking: gleaming glass walls, luxury cars lined up like works of art, and employees in suits moving with military precision. She felt tiny and vulnerable, but her gaze remained determined. Derek greeted him with a reassuring smile, but his eyes were serious. He led him into his private office, room filled with old photos, model cars, and carefully displayed personal items. "I want to understand, this ring belongs to Sophia, my fiancée whom I lost years ago." "I thought she was gone forever," said Derek, his voice trembling with emotion. Lily felt her heart race. How could a simple piece of jewelry arouse so much passion? I don't know exactly where it comes from. My mother always kept it with her, but she refuses to talk about it. She only says that some objects carry stories that should never be forgotten." Derek frowned, thinking. He absolutely had to trace the history of this ring to understand if fate had truly placed Lily in his path. "Perhaps we can start with your mother. I just want to understand what she knows. I don't want to force anything, but if this ring has any connection to Sophia, it's possible you're involved in something much bigger than we realize." Lily looked down, hesitant. She knew her mother hid secrets, stories she'd never shared to protect her. But Derek seemed sincere, and a strange feeling told her this trip could change her life. "Okay. I'll talk to my mother," she murmured. Later that day, back at her house, Lily found her mother, Eleanor Parker, sitting in the small living room, her hands trembling. When Lily told her about Derek and the ring, Eleanor paled and stepped back. "This ring, it's not just a piece of jewelry, Lily. It belongs to a very powerful family, and it's connected to events you can't even imagine. You must promise not to tell anyone else." Lily felt her world crumble. What she thought was a simple family treasure was actually a piece of a much larger puzzle, an ancient mystery that connected her family to Derek and Sophia. "But Mom, why me? Why me now?" she asked, her voice trembling. Eleanor sighed, her head bowed, aware that the truth could change their lives forever. "Because, Lily, some stories are waiting for the right person to be revealed. And it seems that person is you." In the silence that followed, Lily understood that her meeting with Derek was no coincidence. The ring, the Mustang, and now her mother's secret, everything seemed to converge towards a destiny she couldn't ignore. Derek couldn't concentrate on his work that morning. Lily's face and the ring on her finger wouldn't leave him. He decided to search through his personal files, hoping to find clues about Sophia and perhaps understand the connection to this mysterious little girl. In Sullivan Motors' private library, he found faded photographs of Sophia, unsent letters, and notebooks filled with memories. He examined every detail meticulously: the design engraved on the ring, the almost erased initials, and an inscription he had forgotten for years. His heart sank. That inscription matched Lily's ring exactly. Meanwhile, Lily was at home, unable to shake off her anxiety and curiosity. She decided to rummage through her mother's things. Behind an old drawer, she found a hidden box containing letters and old photographs. One of them showed a young Eleanor holding a ring similar to Lily's. On the back, a note: "Protect what is precious, at all costs." When Derek called Lily to ask her to come to the office, she sensed that the moment of truth was approaching. When she entered, he sat her down and placed the ring on the table. "This ring, it belonged to Sophia. It was lost years ago. I thought it was gone forever. And yet, it's here, in your hands. How is that possible?" Lily recounted what she knew, showing the photos and letters she had found. Derek felt a shiver run down his spine. He understood that his fiancée and Lily's mother were bound by an ancient secret, a forgotten event that had changed the course of several lives. "So, your mother knew Sophia?" And this ring, it's more than just a piece of jewelry. It's the key to something we need to uncover, said Derek, with a new intensity in his voice. Lily nodded. Fate had just intervened, and she sensed that their investigation would uncover dangerous, yet necessary, truths. Together, they would have to retrace the past, unearth long-buried secrets, and confront revelations that could change their world forever. The next morning, Derek and Lily met in his office, determined to understand the mystery of the ring and the connection between Sophia and Lily's family. Derek had already begun compiling all the documents he possessed: photos, letters, reports, and diaries. We need to find the starting point. If this ring has reached you, Lily, there's a reason. Something connects your mother to Sophia, and we need to find out what it is before more secrets come to light. Lily listened attentively, fascinated by this world of mystery and power. She felt that, for the first time, her life was about to change irreversibly. They decided to start by questioning Eleanor. Derek invited Lily to take her to his office to speak calmly with her mother, promising to protect their privacy. Eleanor, though reluctant, eventually agreed. A long time ago, before you were born, Lily, I was friends with Sophia. We were inseparable, but her life was tragically turned upside down. She disappeared after a mysterious accident, and the ring was entrusted to me to protect it. I never dared to tell you about all this before, to protect you, explained Eleanor, her voice trembling. Derek frowned. The story was taking a much more complicated turn than he had imagined. But why now? Why is this ring coming back to you, Lily? He asked. Eleanor lowered her head, hesitant to reveal the rest. Because some stories wait for the right moment to be revealed. And fate has chosen this moment. Lily, you are the only one who can finish what Sophia started. Derek and Lily exchanged a silent look. They knew their mission had just begun, to trace Sophia's past, understand what had happened to her, and discover why this ring had survived so many years and secrets to end up in Lily's hands. For the first time, Lily felt a new strength within her. She was no longer simply a poor girl who fixed cars. She was now the key to an ancient mystery, and every decision she made could change the course of many lives. So, where do we begin? Lily asked, determinedly. From Sophia's diary, Derek replied, handing over a worn notebook. Every clue is there. And every clue brings us closer to the truth. In the silence that followed, the red Mustang, parked outside, seemed to be waiting, as if it knew that this quest would take them much further than any road in Los Angeles. Derek handed Lily Sophia's diary, a small leather-bound notebook, marked by time and use. The pages were yellowed, the writing cramped and sometimes almost illegible, but each word seemed to carry the weight of a tragic past. Every word in this journal is a clue. Sophia recorded everything she thought, everything she feared, and everything she hoped for. Derek explained. Lily delicately opened the notebook and began to read in a low voice. The first pages described childhood memories and dreams of freedom, but soon the entries became darker. Sophia spoke of threats, family secrets, and powerful people who wanted to reclaim something she possessed. Look at this, said Lily, pointing to a page. She talks about a precious object that she entrusted to someone to protect, a ring. Derek shuddered. Everything matched up. The ring Lily was wearing was exactly the one Sophia had been talking about. But the newspaper revealed something else. Sophia had very specific fears about someone close to her, someone she didn't trust. This means that someone might still be looking for him, or that dangerous secrets are still at play. Derek murmured, looking serious. Lily felt her heart race. She realized that this wasn't just a family mystery, but a real game of power and secrets that could put them in danger. We must be careful. This is Derek. The diary mentions several important places and people in Sophia's life. We need to retrace her steps, discover who she was protecting and why. They spent hours analyzing every word, every annotation, every name. A pattern began to emerge. Some people had disappeared, others had been deceived, and at the center of it all was the ring. Lily, you must know that this quest will not be easy, Derek warned, but I believe you are exactly the one who can bring it to a successful conclusion. Sophia would have wanted this mystery solved. Lily, despite the fear that rumbled deep inside her, nodded her head resolutely. For the first time, she felt she had a mission that went far beyond repairing cars or surviving day to day. As the sun set behind Sullivan Motors, the two allies realized that this quest into the past would lead them to discover truths far greater than themselves, revelations that would change their lives forever. The next day, Derek and Lily took the red Mustang to the first place mentioned in Sophia's journal, a small, unassuming cafe on the outskirts of Los Angeles. According to Sophia's notes, this place had been a secret meeting where she had met someone she trusted, someone capable of protecting the ring. Upon arriving, Lily sensed an odd tension. The cafe was quiet, almost too quiet for a Tuesday morning. Derek parked the Mustang and cautiously surveyed the surroundings. He knew some people might still be searching for what Sophia had left behind. Inside, the atmosphere was retro, with walls decorated with old photos and the smell of freshly ground coffee. Derek and Lily approached the counter, where a bright-eyed old man greeted them. "Are you looking for something or someone?" he asked with an enigmatic smile. Derek took out Sophia's diary and showed her a page. "We are looking for information about Sophia. She used to come here often, she talked about you." The man frowned and sighed. "Sophia, yes, I remember. She used to come here, always worried, talking about secrets she had to protect." "You don't know what you're getting yourself into." Lily felt a shiver run down her spine. "We just want to understand, and protect what she left behind," she murmured. The old man watched them for a long time, then took out an envelope hidden under the counter. "Take this. Sophia asked me to give it to someone trustworthy. If you are here, it is because you must receive it. But be careful, others know too, and some would not hesitate to harm you to get their hands on it." Lily carefully took the envelope. Inside, she found old photos, coded notes, and a letter from Sophia mentioning another, more dangerous place where crucial answers awaited her. "We need to follow these clues, Derek," she said, determinedly. "Sophia knew it would be dangerous, but she left these instructions for us." Derek nodded, his face serious. "We're going to have to be careful, Lily. Every step we take could attract the attention of powerful people. But we have no choice. Sophia's past, the ring, it all deserves to be uncovered." As they left the cafe, the Mustang gleamed in the sun, ready to take them further into this ancient mystery. Lily felt her heart pounding. Every kilometer brought them closer to the truth, and to dangers they couldn't yet imagine. The road was long and winding. Derek drove the red Mustang carefully, while Lily held tightly to the envelope containing Sophia's clues. The notebook and photos pointed to a specific location, an old, abandoned villa on the outskirts of Los Angeles, surrounded by rusty fences and thick brambles. "This is where Sophia left her last secrets," Derek murmured, his jaw clenched. "But be careful, someone else might also know." Lily felt a shiver run down her spine. The place seemed deserted, but an aura of mystery and danger emanated from it. The broken windows and creaking doors gave the villa a sinister appearance, as if it jealously guarded the secrets it had kept for years. They passed through the rusty gate and advanced cautiously. Inside, dust and shadow enveloped every room. Antique furniture was covered with white sheets, and each footstep echoed strangely in the silence. "Sophia, what did you leave here?" Lily murmured as she opened the envelope. A crumpled note indicated a box hidden under the living room floor, where she used to spend most of her time. Derek began searching, lifting wobbly planks and clearing away accumulated dust. Finally, they discovered a small wooden box, adorned with engravings identical to those on the ring. "That's exactly what Sophia wanted to protect," said Derek, his hands trembling. Lily carefully opened the box. Inside were a letter, a locket, and an old legal document. The letter revealed that Sophia had discovered a family secret, a dramatic event that had forced her disappearance and the entrustment of the ring to Eleanor for her protection. The locket contained an old photograph of Sophia with a mysterious masked figure, and the document seemed to indicate that rights to an inheritance or valuable possession had been contested, endangering those who owned the ring. "Lily, what we hold in our hands could change everything we thought we knew about your family and about Sophia," Derek said gravely. At that precise moment, a noise behind them startled Lily. Heavy, measured footsteps were approaching. Someone had entered the villa. Derek grabbed Lily's hand and pulled her toward a back exit. Quick! We have to get out of here before they find us, he shouted. As they slipped away into the shadows, the danger became real. Sophia's secrets, the ring, and now this ancient document, all of it was attracting the attention of unknown and powerful forces, ready to do anything to reclaim what belonged to them. Lily felt her heart pounding. This investigation had just taken a dramatic and dangerous turn. She understood that their quest to uncover the truth would require courage, intelligence, and complete trust in each other. After their hasty escape from the abandoned villa, Derek and Lily settled into a small, discreet cafe, away from prying eyes. The document and the medallion lay on the table before them, but their minds were still haunted by the heavy footsteps they had heard in the villa. Someone was watching their every move, and that someone knew Sophia's secrets perfectly. We can't stay here much longer, said Derek, his face tense. These clues we found are precious, and dangerous. If someone gets their hands on them, everything could be lost, and you with it. Lily, although shaken, clutched the locket to her. I understand, but we have to keep going. Sophia wanted someone to uncover the truth. And if not us, then who will? Derek nodded. Together, they decided to follow the next lead in Sophia's journal, an old private library, known to house family archives and forgotten letters. According to the journal, Sophia had left several crucial clues there, revelations that could explain why she had disappeared and why the ring needed to remain protected. The library, located in an old part of town, was massive and imposing. Its tall bookshelves and spiral staircases gave the impression that time had stood still. Derek and Lily began methodically searching through the archives, looking for the names and dates mentioned in the journal. After several hours, Lily stumbled upon a letter hidden inside an old book. The letter was signed by Sophia and addressed to Eleanor. It spoke of an unexpected betrayal, of a trusted person who had tried to steal the family inheritance and the ring. Sophia warned Eleanor and asked her to entrust the ring to Lily, as she would be able to finish what she had started. Derek read the letter in a low voice, his jaw clenched. This betrayal, someone very close to Sophia was ready to do anything to control her. And now, that threat could still be present. At that moment, the library door creaked. Derek and Lily turned and saw a masked figure watching them from the entrance. Lily's heart began to race. We need to get out of here, and fast, Derek murmured, grabbing Lily's hand. As they fled through the dark alleyways, Lily realized that the mystery surrounding the ring and Sophia's past was far from solved. Every clue brought them closer to the truth, but also to danger. Enemies from the past were still there, lurking in the shadows, ready to strike. Lily clutched the medallion to her chest. This ring, this secret, this mission, everything now became a matter of survival and courage. Night had fallen on Los Angeles, and the city shone with 1,000 lights as Derek and Lily took refuge in an old, secure warehouse, far from prying eyes. Sophia's document and medallion were still with them, but the danger seemed ever closer. Suddenly, a metallic clang rang out from outside. Derek instinctively stepped in front of Lily, his eyes scanning the darkness. The masked figure they had glimpsed in the library reappeared, advancing slowly. When the man removed his mask, Derek felt his blood run cold. Michael, he murmured, incredulous. The man, a former associate of Sophia's, was supposed to be loyal, but the betrayal revealed in the letter explained everything. Michael, ambitious and ruthless, wanted to seize the ring and Sophia's secrets for himself. You found what you shouldn't have, said Michael, a cruel smile on his lips. This ring and this document belong to me. And I have no intention of letting you go. Lily felt her heart racing, but she refused to give in to fear. You don't understand, this ring isn't just an object. Sophia wanted the truth to be protected. And we're going to protect it. Michael sneered and took a threatening step. Sensing the danger, Derek grabbed Lily and stood in front of her. The tension was palpable, every second counted, and one wrong move could ruin everything. Suddenly, Lily had an idea. She took the locket and showed it to Michael, revealing a compromising photo, a clue to the betrayal he had committed against Sophia. Michael hesitated, surprised by this revelation, and Derek took the opportunity to disarm him. After a brief struggle, Michael realized he had lost control. "You have no idea what you've just awakened," he murmured as he stepped back. Then, without another word, he disappeared into the shadows, leaving Derek and Lily alone, trembling but victorious. Lily clutched the locket to her chest, realizing that every clue, every secret Sophia had given her, had prepared her for this moment. Derek placed a hand on her shoulder. "You were incredible, Lily. Sophia would have been proud of you. But it's not over yet, there are still answers to be found." Lily nodded, aware that Michael's betrayal was just a taste of the larger mystery. The truth about Sophia, the ring, and her mother's past remained to be discovered. As night enveloped the city, Derek and Lily vowed to continue their quest, no matter the danger. The ring, a symbol of an ancient secret, was now more precious than ever, and fate seemed to be guiding them toward the final revelation. Morning dawned over Los Angeles with a soft, golden light, but Derek and Lily knew their quest wasn't over. Sophia's document and locket were now in their hands, but one final mystery remained: why had the ring been entrusted to Lily, and what secret had Sophia truly wanted to protect? They returned to Eleanor's house, Lily's mother, who was waiting for them, aware that the moment of truth had finally arrived. Eleanor took a deep breath and began to tell the whole story. "Sophia was much more than a friend. She was your aunt, Lily. My husband's sister, whom I thought was lost forever. When she discovered that some people wanted to seize the family inheritance and secrets that could have destroyed our family, she decided to disappear and entrust the ring to me. She knew that one day, you would be ready to understand and protect what she had left behind." Lily felt a mixture of disbelief and emotion wash over her. Everything finally made sense: the ring, the locket, the journal, the letter, the abandoned villa. Each piece of the puzzle revealed its true place in this story. Derek, moved, placed his hand on Lily's. "You were incredible throughout this investigation. Sophia would have been proud of you. You not only protected the ring, but you also uncovered the truth about your family and your heritage." Lily nodded, her eyes shining with tears. She understood that this quest had transformed her. From a poor and lonely little girl, she had become the guardian of an ancient secret, capable of facing dangers and protecting those she loved. As they left the house, the sun bathed the city in a brilliant light. Derek looked at Lily and said with a smile, "The past is finally revealed. But the future, that's up to you to write." Lily clutched the locket and ring to her chest. The red Mustang waited outside, a symbol of a journey that began by chance and ended with the discovery of her true identity and the courage that lay dormant within her. Gazing at the horizon, Lily knew that whatever path she took from now on, she would be ready. Sophia's past had found its guardian, and the future lay before her, filled with promises, mysteries, and new beginnings. And for the first time in a long time, Lily felt whole, powerful, and invincible.